I'm Marie Fiebach of FeedYourFamilyTonight.com, and today we're making one of my favorite meals. It is salmon patties, and it's actually made with canned salmon, so it's really economical, and it's almost kind of a pantry meal because it uses a lot of pantry ingredients. One thing that is unique about the salmon patties that I make is they have carrots and celery in them. I like the way it lightens the texture of the salmon patties. And you're just going to start with a half a cup of finely diced celery. And I usually take my celery ribs and just cut them into quarters lengthwise, sometimes a little bit more than that, and I slice them really, really finely. Then I'm going to slice up about 1.5 carrots. A half a cup is about 1 to 1.5 large stalks of celery, but you want it really, really fine. I'm going to do the same thing with the carrot. I'm going to slice it into halves down the middle and then lots of little planks along the length of it so that I can cut really tiny, small, fine diced pieces of carrots. You use a half a cup of carrot and a half a cup of celery. And then you are going to put that into a bowl and microwave it on high for 1 minute. What that's going to do is that's going to cause the carrots and the celery to soften a little bit, and they're going to emit a little bit of moisture. Once you've done that with the carrots and celery, you're going to start with the cracker crumbs. I have 20 crackers that I have crushed into crumbs, and they don't have to be really tiny. These are kind of still big pieces. You're going to add the carrots and celery. So it's a half a cup of carrot and a half a cup of celery that's been cooked in the microwave for 3 minutes to kind of soften. And then you're going to add 1 can of canned salmon. When you have canned salmon, it has the skin and the bones in it. I sometimes pick out some of the skin, but I always leave the bones. They're really soft. You can totally eat them, and they have lots of calcium. Canned salmon is one of those wonderful superfoods where it has lots of nutrients. It's relatively inexpensive, and these salmon patties are my favorite way to make them. You're going to bind the patties together with 2 eggs. And the salmon has quite a bit of salt in it, but because you have the carrots and the celery in there, I also add a half a teaspoon of coarse sea salt just to make sure that everything is well flavored. I'm just going to mix this together, and then you're going to form it into patties. This recipe makes about 7 total patties, and they only take a few minutes to cook in a non-stick skillet. So as you mix this together, the cracker crumbs are going to start absorbing some of the moisture from the salmon and the eggs, and they're going to easily form into a patty when everything is well mixed. Now, the best tool for this is your hand. So I'm going to show you how I make the patties. You're going to put about 2 tablespoons of oil into a non-stick skillet. I like to use avocado oil because it has a slightly higher smoke point than olive oil. Avocado oil or vegetable oil both work well. And you're just going to form these patties. They're about 1/3 of a cup each. This makes 7 patties. And you're going to cook it in the skillet in this oil for about 3 minutes on the first side, and then flip over and it'll be another 3 to 5 minutes on the other side. It takes about 6 to 8 minutes to make all of these patties. You don't want to pack them too tightly because they will get a little bit dense if you do that. You want them pretty lightly packed, and you're going to fill up the entire skillet with all of these patties, cook them, and then they turn out brown and crispy on either side. Salmon patties are just one of my favorite meals. If you have any questions about this recipe, find me at FeedYourFamilyTonight.com or in the Feed Your Family Tonight Facebook group. I'm always there answering your questions.